At number 23, I've got the Texas Tech Raiders. Texas Tech will have great wide receivers once again, headlined by Duran Bradley and transfer Dre McCray. And this is a team that really had a pretty good season last year, and they've got a lot of momentum heading into this season, and ended up beating Texas last year. Certainly Texas will be out for blood when in week 13 when they come to Austin. They'll be looking to get their revenge, but they're coming off of a successful year. They've got a lot of momentum. 2022 quarterback Donovan Smith is gone to Houston now, and in steps Tyler Show. I know. How do you say that, Mark? I know you corrected me on that, but
Tyler Shook.
Shook.
Yep.
So weird. I'll never get that. I'm gonna have to purposefully misspell his name just so I pronounce it right. Move it forward. But he would have been the starter last year. Shook, that is, or actually the past 2 seasons, but he's been riddled with injury. So the talent is there for him to explode alongside play caller and rising star Zach Kitley. The offensive line is strong in run blocking. Pass pro needs to be a little bit. The Red Raiders were last in the Big 12 in sacks and tackles for a loss last year. They did add catcher Rusty Stotts to help lead the offensive line. I'm sorry, center Rusty Stotts. Boy, these abbreviations are getting me today. And the D was good last year. Figures to be even better this season with a lot of returning talent. Overall, I mean, looking at this schedule, it's manageable. It's a Big 12 schedule that I look at and I say, Oregon week 2 could sneak up and get them. I'm anxious to see how UCF produces in the Big 12. They could be sliding by week 12. And Texas week 13, I think that's just a straight up loss, if I'm honest. And then they've got some, a lot of 50-50 games. But this is a team that could be very successful with a 9-3 season, or they could kind of slide a little bit and revert back to a team that's bowl capable, but maybe only wins about 7 games. I'm going to call it here and just say that I do think that this team takes a little bit of a dip, and I think that they end up going about 7-5.
So starting off with my number 25, I've got Texas Tech. Texas Tech is, in my opinion, I think they're a team that's on the rise. I feel like Texas Tech, whereas they did lose their quarterback, they've got, like you said, Tyler Shook coming in, a graduate player with a great arm, and played a decent amount last year. Their offensive line, they're returning 4 out of 5 linemen, and they're picking up Rusty Stats. And for both of us to come up with Rusty Stats as a name that we need to watch out for with Texas Tech, then that tells me right there that that's going to be a good player and going to be on the all-name team too. That's a good name. It sounds like somebody sounds like a baseball player. So at wide receiver, they've got pretty much everybody back. Defensive line, they lost Tyree Wilson to the NFL. Miles Cole will be playing more this year. Transfer in Steve Linton is, from what I hear, is poised to have a big year off the edge, and that will hopefully replace Tyree Wilson there. Tony Bradford and Jalen Hutchins are returning as D tackles, and I'm looking for Hutchins to have a big year. So linebacker wise, Eldridge and Merriweather, they were the 2 leading tacklers. Tyreek Matthews and Jacob Rodriguez both played some last year, and they'll have to fill those 2 guys' roles as they are gone. Pierre has moved from outside linebacker to inside linebacker this year, and overall, I think this defense is going to either hold par or improve from what they were last year. And I see the offense got hot kind of towards the end of the year. So Texas Tech, I've got number 25, and I've got their finishing record at 8-4. I think that that Texas and Texas Tech game coming at the end of the year, that's going to be a big one. And if Texas is undefeated heading into that, and Texas Tech has only lost a couple games, man, that's going to be a big one out there in Texas. And I can't remember which which stadium it's at. I want to say it's at Texas, but I may
It
be
is.
wrong
It's
on
in
that.
Austin.
Okay, it's in Austin. Yep. Pressure is going to be on for that one. I think pressure will definitely be on.